Mr. Heavyweight Boxing Today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Alright, so the WBO title holder, Joseph Parker, he did an interview recently with Sport 360, and they were asking him a lot of questions. But the article right here is on BoxingScene.com, and I'll leave this article in the description box for you. And like always on my channel, you can click it, read it, and come to your own surmise. Alright, but Parker goes on to say, I back myself to be anyone. I'll fight anyone. Alright? So let me read what he had to say and give you guys my quick opinion on it. He says, it's alright. These other guys are fighting on that side of the world with all exposure they get. New Zealand has got a small population to compare, and for us to already have a world champion and now to start fighting, it's a good step for us, Parker said to Sport 360. It's great to be world champion, to achieve that goal that I set at a young age, but now I want to go on and do more, to create my own legacy. People don't know me, but that's all right. Hopefully they will soon. I want to show skills, bring excitement, pressure, be the fighter that everyone will remember. Trying to have some David Tua in him. Sounds like David Tua right there. But then he says, this is my chance in the UK to show what I can do, and I believe things happen when they are supposed to happen. Like every other heavyweight fighter, I want to unify the belts. It's a goal for me. It's going to give me the motivation to train harder and focus. Just because you win one title, that's not enough. All right, then they went on to ask him about Joshua and Wilder and his chances, and he goes on to say, I back myself to be anyone. I don't fear anyone and will fight anyone. The focus is, of course, on Hughie now, and after that, we will sit down, look to fight the other best fighters in the world, Parker said. Okay, now, there's a lot of guys online, man, who boxing opinions that I respect. Everybody has, like, different opinions about Joseph Parker and his willingness to want to fight these other guys, specifically a guy like Deontay Wilder. I actually heard some fans talk about Dillian White and a few other fighters, but right now his mandatory is Hughie Fury. I always thought Hughie should have fought in some type of title eliminator, man. I think back then when I was saying that, I wanted him to fight Christian Hammer or maybe Jarrell Miller. It was another guy that was rated right below him. Maybe it was Jarrell Miller. But anyways, that's what the WBO is doing. So that's the fight that's set. And actually, it's a fight, man. It's a pretty, on paper, stylistically, style-wise, it's a close fight. You know what I mean? I guess we'll see what happens on September 23rd. But now Parker, the fighter, when I hear him speak, I think Parker wants to fight Joshua, Wilder. I think he really wants to fight those guys. But you guys know how it is in boxing. Yes, the fighter can voice his opinion, but at the end of the day, you know, his team, fighters like to put their faith in their team to make the right decision for them and to make the most money for them. Just put them in the right situation. You know, so sometimes his fans, like me, when his team was coming out saying that they wanted to fight certain guys after they won the title, they were talking Wilder, and we're trying to make an exception with the WBO to unify with Wilder. And then pretty much after the Conjanu fight, they pretty much quit talking about that fight. Yes, he has talked about other very tough challenges, like trying to fight Anthony Joshua. That's another tough challenge. You know what I mean? So he says he wants to unify, and we'll see. His team, to me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Duco Events, and I know he's getting co-promoted by a Top Rank right now. Some of the decisions they make when it comes to Parker, things that I disagree with, you know what I mean, if it was me managing him, and I think they make mistakes sometimes. You know, everybody make mistakes, but just from the outside looking in, maybe I'm totally off, but just like recently with his missing his clean boxing program drug test from VADA, and he didn't tell VADA, they didn't, fill out the paperwork to telling him, hey, I'm not going to be in Vegas, I'm going to Samoa. His team should have been on top of that. So sometimes I think his team can make mistakes sometimes. At least that's what it looks like from the outside looking in. And another one made me scratch my head was, and I'm going to pull up the article, and I'm going to leave this article in the description box too, because I don't want you guys to think I'm making this shit up. But this was on the nzherald.co.nz, and I actually did a video about this when it came out. February 15th, 2016. This was put out before he won his title. Remember, he won the title in 2016 in December when he won the vacant WBO. But according to this article, February 2016, Charles Martin and his team, when Martin had the IBF title, they actually shopped the fight to Parker and his team before Joshua. And this is what Dean Lonergan at the time, we know Duco had a split with Dean Lonergan and what's the other dude's name? Man, what's my man's name? David Higgins. All right, we know that Parker ended up siding with Higgins when it was all over with. But back then, this is what Dean Lonergan had to say about them passing up that fight with Charles Martin back then. He said, and I quote, "They actually contacted us to see if we would front with millions of dollars for a fight down here, and I suggested it was ludicrous to even think about that sort of money they were asking for." Duco's Dean Lonergan said, "They were looking for something and they got it in Joshua. The money they were asking for was huge. It's available in England, but it's not available here." All right. So, and then he also says, "Us right now, what's happening in England is incredibly significant for us," Lonergan said. "With Martin signing to fight Anthony Joshua, all sorts of interesting things open up. That's a brilliant fight to be made for British boxing." Okay, he just talked about that. But when I seen that, I was like, wow, man, like, why would they pass up Martin? Like, they should, I mean, it's a heavyweight fight or heavyweight title fight that's coming to New Zealand. You know what I mean? I'm not sure, and we know Martin, they got the price they wanted with Joshua, okay? But I just thought that Parker and his team should at least try to work towards it, you know what I mean? But it just seemed like, just from reading that article, it just seems like from reading it, like they just shot it down right away. Like, what, you want, how much millions? No, we can't get that. It's like, man, did you guys try to get a deal done? I mean, because they were confident that Joseph Parker can beat Charles Martin, and it was a title shot right there. Now, I know the WBO situation was more affordable for them, and well, they ordered that fight. I'm not gonna say it was affordable. They ordered that fight between Parker and Ruiz, so it's a different situation, different circumstances. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, when that happened with Martin, I was like, man, who the hell passes up a title shot, especially against somebody that you are very confident that you'll beat? You know what I mean? So sometimes I think it's his team that's holding him back versus it's Parker that doesn't want to fight. Like a lot of these fighters, man, it's not just Parker, Deontay Wilder, Joshua, Ortiz. There's a lot of these guys, man, where I think them as the fighter, fuck trainers, fuck their promoters, their managers, their Twitter followers and their Instagram followers, even me. I think deep down those dudes want to fight each other, man. But when you have a whole bunch of different people getting paid and making decisions about your career that want to do the best thing for you and you have trust in them, you kind of look at them to make those business deals. You know what I mean? So I could be wrong, man, but that's just the way I see it. But yeah, this is pretty much Joseph Parker, man. He's going to be very confident as far as this article goes. He's very confident in himself. So I guess we'll see what happens with Hughie Fury, and after this fight, see what we'll, what's going to happen after that, man. But just wanted to get this out to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.